Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Oh, hello.
Hopefully you can all hear us.
Hopefully you can.
Let us know in chat if you can definitely hear us, just to make sure I haven't done this for a few weeks. I can see Captain Jack there and Daryl and Isaac, who was I think a bit earlier. He did message. I didn't have a chance to reply. And Mr. Felpire.
Very nice, very nice. What a nice group of people, Thomas.
It is. Chance to reply. I'm happy to see you all.
Yeah, likewise. So, guys, welcome to episode 55 of Dom and Tom Sit, Talk and Hobby. So we started this, didn't we, Tom, with at the beginning of lockdown.
Sorry.
And yet lockdown is coming to an end soon, and we're going to carry on, I think. Tom has been off all day.
I have.
Yeah, so...
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, just a warning, by the way.
I've been day drinking since 9 a.m. No, I'm joking. I haven't been drinking since 9 a.m.
That wasn't Tom's schedule. Tom's been off all day, so, you know, he's been drinking.
I should be working, but I've been drinking all day.
Yeah, you're on a half bench, drinking away. Oh, sloshy McGee. So, yeah, basically, if you guys haven't watched before, which most of you probably have, we will basically sit here, do some hobby or rubbish, and just get on with it. And tonight we've got the painting challenge. We've got a few entries from that, so that'll be quite nice. So we invite you to do some hobby with us.
And please do some hobby, because, you know, just it needs to be done. If people aren't doing hobby, there's no new models to see. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And please join in with us. You know, come and just pick up a brush and paint, because I'm going to show you what I'm working on tonight, Dom.
Do.
So this is part of my drive. So here's my current tray of to-dos, which is Grey Knights.
Nice.
So that is a bit closer. You know, you can see all the. There's lots of Strike Squads, Terminators. Got Caldor Drago. I've even got Brother Captain Stern in there somewhere, I think. Oh yeah, there he is.
A lot of silver goodness. Yeah, nice. It's a nice model, really. I like that one.
If it could just focus, it'd be nice. No, there we go. Yeah, and I really like Drago as well. When I picked him back up, I was like, oh, he's a cool looking dude.
Very
nice
models.
big.
I really hope they get a bit of love. A few more models in the new.
I'll be happy with some extra wounds, but you know,
Ooh.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, let's not be sad. So myself, I am working on. Because I had some hobby supplies, Tom. At long last, I've had hobby supplies. I've got silver spray. At long last, I've had hobby
grassy
supplies.
Oh, I've got seems to have unmuted the stream. Excuse me if you can hear it again. Hearing Dom in stereo.
Look at you. I've got paint. Oh, I've got everything. And also, I've glued some destroyers as well.
Oh, yes. So. These are the birthday specials.
Yeah, these are nice. Nice little models. There you go, all three of them.
Nice. Looking forward to seeing them done up, mate. Need them ready soon, don't you?
I do need these ready. Yeah, it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long. Yeah, my tournament list is pretty much all here now. I just need to paint it. The awkward part. What is everybody on the stream working on tonight? Oh, and by the way, I'm working as Sisters of Battle at the moment. I'm doing some brass.
Nice. Well, I said with the Grey Knights I'm doing, it's quite interesting because when I originally did these guys, I used a wash of Nile oil on them, which darkened them down a lot. So now I'm bringing back out Leadbelcher and highlighting on the panels, and then bring it back down with some not Druchii Violet. What's the other one called? Sorry, Drakenhof Nightshade and Lamia Medan to give it that kind of off blue.
Okay.
So I've actually done a lot of these already. It's just the Terminators I haven't done, so I'm just about to start working on them to try and just give that kind of slight bluish hue, I think, which worked quite nicely, I think, from Grey Knights. But it just means I have to, unfortunately, bring up the bits I've shaded, which is a bit annoying. Because essentially I have to hand paint every model with Leadbelcher to bring it up to that kind of silver. But, you know, it is worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll end up quite nicely. It just seems a bit hard going, doesn't it? Right, so we've got Mr. Blue working on cultists tonight. Nice, you can never have enough cultists.
Yeah, so obviously we've done some Alpha Legion, didn't you? On Discord, if I remember correctly. There was some photos
Mr.
floating around.
Blue, yeah, it does like his Alpha Legion. Matthew's working on some a stealth squad. Nice. Isaac's working on Evil Guard. Nice. Obviously, we've seen a few of these models appear in the painting challenge previously.
Indeed. Yeah. Speaking of patch challenges, we do have the winner of the terrain one today, don't we? At some point, that is on our list of things to do today.
Yeah, we've had a nice few entries for that, so we'll get onto that a little bit later. That'd be quite nice to go through. Kind of inspiring to try and do some terrain on my own, to be honest, but I've got enough to get on with.
Yes.
I can't divert any further than I already am.
No, that is a fair point, mate. And I feel exactly the same. I'd love to. I mean, basically, whenever we get around to finally running one of our events again, the terrain painting will have to take off again because we've got to try and get the boards up to a decent standard. With lots of nice variations as well. Because I don't like people playing on the same board in our tournaments anyway. That's not how we it's not how we want to run our well, I say tournaments, whatever we're doing, our events. We like to make it so that everyone has a little bit of each table has its own story.
Yeah, exactly.
And so everyone kind of moves to a different table and goes, "Oh, this looks interesting.
What's happening here?" Yeah, I think it's nice to have variation. A lot of people go on about line of sight blocking terrain, which is important in games. But I think it's also important to have that difference between having line of sight blocking terrain, but also having quite it can kind of favour different armies to a degree. Because a very dense board, obviously, potentially could help an assault-heavy army, for instance, World Eaters. While your
could hinder someone like Tau.
Your guard may struggle trying to get some good line of sights, and vice versa. Can't be fair on the guard getting butchered by chain axes all day. They've got to.
I don't know.
No, they need a chance, Tom. They need a chance.
Burn them.
No. What's everyone else's view on terrain on battlefields? Have you got a particular favourite type, or do you like a bit of variation? Going from a sparse board to a very terrain-heavy board. But I like a good theme on a board. That's the main thing I can take away from it. I'm just like, ooh, what's going on?
I think I find the game actually more interesting if you have a board that is interesting as well, because I think it engages the player more if they're on terrain that A, looks good, and B, has a nice kind of, I don't know, an aesthetic that suits the mat as well. I think that's quite an important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's all very well just whacking down some terrain on any old map, but I think it has to kind of match up a bit as well.
One of my personal peeves is if you go to an event or a tournament and they literally have got a bit of everything, just chucked it on a board, and I'm like, it doesn't work. Just don't do it. We'll chuck this chapel on this board here from a completely different range. Hopefully that pans out nicely. Daryl there quite likes tall terrain, very dense too. Yeah, a nice couple of tall buildings is quite good.
I think we're quite a fan of dense boards in some ways, but there can be some merit to a themed board with not as much terrain as well. But with some line of sight blocking, so it could be, because I think you can still have a sparse board with lots of line of sight blocking as well, so people have to manoeuvre around the large piece of terrain. I think that works equally well.
Yeah, like you say, you got to think about the narrative of the battlefield. For instance, you could do like a trench works, and you wouldn't necessarily have like a load of buildings directly in front of a trench work, because why would you put your trench right behind a building? It's just like,
I mean, that's actually quite an interesting topic in itself, because obviously when you do a 40k board, obviously the whole point is you're supposed to make it as even as possible. But that's not actually how battlefields work typically,
No.
So when you are designing a trench work, typically there would be an open expanse in front of the trench work where people are coming up to, and obviously from a fairness point of view, it doesn't work very well.
Really have that, can you?
But
you got to have a kill zone.
Exactly. But from a thematic point of view, it looks great. And I think I personally think there's a group of players out there that would actually quite like to play that style of game at some point as well. Much because especially with if you theme it right and give it a good story, I think if people can overlook certain rules, especially mainly because when you do that, I think you attract a different type of player.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely, mate. I
that's
think the difference is the game style, isn't it? From the narrative game to the more competitive. Like the competitive, you want to have, well, you would have thought you'd want to have a board where, like you said, you're matched on both sides. So wherever you deploy, it's going to have certain elements that are going to be mirrored across the battlefield. Yet with a narrative battlefield, which I think that's what we aim for. A lot of people come to our event want a narrative-based game. You can build a story around it. It doesn't have to be symmetrical in that way. You can have anything going on that battlefield.
well,
And
I
what
said,
we've
I mean,
done
typically we've done
previously
team
is,
games, haven't we? So that's where everyone's winning it together in a team. But we've also done our own objectives, which I think can even it up a bit as well. Especially some of the global ones, like the collection of items across every map, which is equal on every single map. There's an equal chance to get those objectives, which I think is another key thing. Is tailoring your missions to work on all types of board.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Captain Jack, good theme's important. With a mix of line of sight blocking terrain, but with some kill boxes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you like to have a bunker in front of something, and hopefully it kind of kills something. Isaac, desert kind of terrain and city. Desert's always quite nice. I think desert and snow terrain are quite interesting. You don't really see many.
Snow is. I like snow, but I think if snow's done badly, it looks horrible.
I don't think I've seen enough snow terrain to see a bad one. It's more of a novelty. When I turn up a game and it's like, oh, snow terrain. How have they done this? So yeah, that's for me.
Mr. Blue saying there's never enough alien jungle tables. We're kind of
Yeah.
yes. I mean, you've got. I must say, Dom's actually got a very nice jungle setup.
Yes.
On one of his boards, which I actually really enjoy playing on a lot of the time. Actually, because he's been really well done. Because I think was that the one you had commissioned partially?
Yeah, that was done.
Not saying you couldn't have done it yourself. I'm just saying that actually it was.
No, he's done a good job on that.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of cut short a little bit because there was the idea of a monorail that would go around as well. Not obviously a functioning monorail, that'd be quite cool. But a model one that's kind of raised up as a platform. That was an idea that was kind of put around a bit, which could be quite nice for a board. Kind of seen similar ones in the past, like raised highways. They're quite nice.
It's all about time and space. If you have the space to design these lovely boards, it's really. I actually say it's quite easy to get into. But if if you're like me and you've got a room that's dedicated to this, setting up an entire board all the time is not a practical thing to do. And I think when you're working on terrain, in my opinion, it's always good to have a board so you can sort of see how it fits and lays out on. I think that's quite an important thing.
As you can see, I've got nothing on the table behind me because at the moment, obviously in the UK, we've got Garden Hammer going on. So I have to keep getting everything out and then laying it out and then packing it all back in again. So at the moment, there's no point really having a board up.
No, that's fair enough. I said I actually have a game on Friday against someone who actually does come to our events. So I'm hoping to get that recorded. It will depend on some terrain matters and things like that. And I'm hopefully playing his Blood Angels against my Death Guard with a bit of luck. That's the current plan anyway. But we'll see how that works out. So, and if that does go ahead, well, actually, I've also got a game against Vicky this week as well. So I'm going to actually have two sorted out this week, if everything goes to plan.
Very nice. Very nice. Hopefully the following week I should something.
We need to have another game as well, Don. We haven't played again for a little while.
Yeah.
Stop ducking and diving me.
I know. Awkward, isn't it? But I think the thing would probably be best to have a battle with 8th edition Codex rather than
yes.
an 8th and a 9th.
We try and keep it on the same playing field, is what we're saying, because there is a distinct disadvantage to non-9th edition players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know how all you guys feel about it in chat. I think when you see someone rock up with their 9th edition Codex and play a game, I think you can definitely see, because I think they've changed the style of 9th editions just quite a bit, and the way it plays. That I think some codexes are unnecessarily hit with that particular hamstring. I think some codes are worse than others. I think when you play a 9th versus 8th, 83rd versus the Christmas Orcs.
Oh!
Well, I actually, yes, the Orcs. That's odd enough. I was actually just this chap here is currently on my list.
Nice.
My little teleporter Big Mech. Once he's done, that will give me enough HQ slots to actually fill out the army properly. Because before now I've been proxying a couple, which has been fine, but I wanted a Big Mech to fill out the slots properly. So yeah, once he's done, I'd more than happy to play the Orcs again. It's just because I think me and Vicky were thinking about what we're going to play. Obviously I want to play Orcs versus Crimson Fist, but I honestly think the Orcs will get pasted.
You are correct.
Which I'm not that bothered about, but I don't know if it makes that interesting watching, to be honest. I suppose it's an interesting one if you take the game you last had, Dom, as a comparison.
Yeah, well, no spoilers there.
Yeah.
It was a painful game.
Well, it's been out for a week. I'd like to think people would have watched it. So.
Yeah, well, if you haven't, go check it out. But yeah, it was very obvious that the new Space Marine Codex go against the current Chaos Space Marines. Because I wasn't going to add that extra wound in. I was like, we don't need that extra wound. We'll be fine. Apparently, we do need an extra wound. But I think it's just across the board.
Yeah. And if I tell you honest, I don't think it's just about the extra wound. There's other things that will be in there.
There's a lot of extra bits, like the damage reduction on the Dreadnought. That played a very big part.
There's probably some point reductions as well, I'm going to suspect. On the
so there's a lot of bits there, and retrospectively, it was a bit of a painful game. But then again, it's always partly down to the list. I thought it was a fun list, and also at the same time, it would be quite nice to play my Necrons against Space Marines, which is a bit frustrating. Necrons currently are my only army with 9th edition. So I'm really hoping that one of the Chaos armies comes out soon, or by the look of it, Sisters is around the corner.
Yeah, and then obviously Codex Supplement Black Templars as well. So.
Yeah, okay. Good luck on that one.
Look, it's gonna happen. I have to believe, Dom. I have to believe.
Yeah. So good times.
Vanguard Wargaming. So I need some advice. I'm going to finally be starting my Wordbearers army and don't really know what kits I should be using for cultists. Well, there you go, Dom. That is, if that wasn't a tailored question to you, I don't know what is.
So right, you got options here.
I'm just off for a bit. So joking.
Go to the loo, mate. We'll be a little while. So the thing is, at the moment, you've got the Chaos Cultist kit on Games Workshop, which isn't particularly, it's good for the building the numbers. They're not particularly expensive, but then you can look at all these other kits. Like if you're going to have a Mark, or if you're going to have an Undivided. If you're going to have a Mark and Khorne, you've got obviously the AOS big muscly blokes. People have gone down the Necromunda route as well for cultists, but that's pretty pricey, in my opinion.
I don't know. It could be worth it.
Yeah, but you always got to think of the size difference as well between Necromunda stuff.
True.
Your basic Chaos Space Marines. So I'd probably have a bit of a mix between the kits, maybe. You can go, depending how cultisty they're going, you can have Flagellant kit for AOS.
Redemptionists.
We just said no to Necromunda.
I didn't hear you. I've got my money ears on.
Yeah, or you can go with Cadian and put some head swaps in there. You can torsos on like the Flagellant bodies, so they've got like robes underneath the carapace armor and stuff. There's lots of different options. I think what's important is if you have a theme, whichever models you have, to bring the unit together. you can either have that theme throughout all your cultists, or have squads of cultists from different groups within the word bearer host. So you could have the flagellant element of it. You could have some Acadian platoon or a guard platoon that's fallen. You've got all different things you can put in there. So,
I mean, I suppose the nice thing about cultists is there's quite a wide range of things you could do with them, because cultists are just the fallen Imperium. So
yeah. Oh well, apparently, yeah. These AKs in the Necromunda model. So yeah, it's up to you. And also, it depends how many you want as well. Like, if you want to use, if you're going to do a competitive list, yeah, Necromunda's the way forward. You get 3 boxes, maybe 4 boxes. I don't know.
Or don't use cultists for competitive. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, crazy. And also, I'd like to think that Games Workshop might release something extra for the cultists, because at the moment the cultist kit isn't great.
But yeah, but also I could see, like, if you had to
Blackstone Fortress stuff.
Yeah.
That's got some good.
I would say definitely though, with regards to like Necromunda kits, I think the Redemptionist would be quite a cool theme for word bearers, with some defiled kind of Imperial stuff on them, along with actually the ones that we used to quite. I think you could make some interesting Chaos models out of the ones we did actually.
For the Enforcers.
The Enforcers.
I just think the most important thing is to have a theme throughout the squad, or throughout your whole group of cultists, rather than it's having a couple here, a couple there. Because also you got to keep in the practical aspect of, like we're saying, there's a different size of the model. So the AOS model will be a different size to your Necromunda model. Your Chaos Cultist model might be a different size as well. So you've got to kind of link all these things together.
But no one's the same size in the Imperium, Dom.
No, they're not. But like I said, it's all part of the kit. Chaos Cultist, I think you don't. Yeah, Mr. Blue. Unfortunately, that does seem to be the way.
Yeah, don't play with the hordes of people that would definitely be attracted to the army, because they don't work.
No, because Games Workshop have slowly killed that element of the army since they released them.
Well, when you get your Codex supplement as well for you, your Warband supplement, I'm going to call it. I'm being very optimistic. I don't know if you noticed. No?
Oh, carry on. No, carry on. Will I get that?
You're just sort of looking up and going, oh, that would be nice.
It's not going to happen, Tom, but yeah, carry on.
I'll tell you what's really bad, actually. I'm just going over some of these Terminators I had. I've found on this particular model here 3 patches of non-undercoated plastic on it. How bad was my painting on some of these? Oh my god. These were quite an early army of mine, actually. I remember getting the Grey Knights. I think I bought them when they were in their heyday. Do you remember when you could shoot through walls, but also if you were near the wall, you got a cover save?
Yeah, I remember, Tom.
Yes, and
I wasn't a fan of the Grey Knights. I thought it was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. It was good fun though.
Well, anyway, Vanguard, I hope that did help. Anyway, I don't know if we've helped you at all.
We did say thank you. So I'm going to
about the rest of your word bearer force. What else are you going to put in there?
It's going to have your face on every single one of them. It's going to have it 3D printed. It's going to be called the Cult of Dom.
Cult of Dom.
Not to be mistaken with the Cult of Dong. Sorry.
How can I mute?
You can't, I'm afraid. I have the controls. including your speakers. You just can't do it. It's not going to happen.
No.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, going back to your Black Templar supplement thing, I'll give that. I hope that works out for you.
Well, there's no hope about it. It's going to happen. I don't understand where this negativity is coming from.
Vanguard, lots of possessed and Terminators. Oh, okay. How are you going to arm your Terminators? Hopefully
they'll give them guns, I'd imagine.
And possessed, nice. I quite like Great Possessed at the moment. They're still my favourites. The possessed kit at the moment is another one Vanguard that you
Nice, a
might.
nice cheap one as well.
I've seen some nice conversions with Plague Marines. With
Okay. Yeah, I can see that working.
That works quite nicely. Combi Plasmas, Marcus Leash on your Terminators. That's the way.
The thing is, I always liked your theme where you obviously accepted people from any of the areas of Chaos, and then they were themed accordingly to that version of Chaos, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is one of the things I like about your entire army. It's very themed in the fact that if they support Nurgle, they do look Nurgly, but they are still painted in red.
Yeah, and I think that's a topic of conversation within the word bearer community, Tom.
Wow.
Where some people are a bit kind of along the lines of cult troops shouldn't exist in a word bearer force because chaos word bearers are undivided.
I don't know.
My argument is they should be part of that because they do worship the gods. However, in the 83rd, they don't normally get promoted particularly high because essentially they're cannon fodder. And I think the gods kind
Can I join your army?
You can. The Chaos Gods will bless them, and unknowingly a lot of the time. If you read the Aaron Dembski-Bowden, have you read the Night Lords trilogy?
No.
No. Well, in that, it's kind of all the members of the main character squad has kind of all been touched slightly by the Chaos Gods. So they've all there's a Khorne guy there, there's a Tzeentch guy there, and it's unknowing a lot of the time.
Well, I mean, chaos infects whatever it infects. So I'd like to think that they wouldn't have a lot of choice over the matter, really.
No, most of the time you do not.
Undivided or not. What we got here? So Captain Jack is saying storm bolters and chain axes. Change the word to world and bear as parts eaters, and you're golden. He's not wrong, you know.
As a word bearer player, I'll tell you one of my pet peeves is everyone confusing word bearers with bloody world eaters.
What do you mean confusing? I thought they were the same thing. And this is where we watch Dom's head explode.
They're completely different. Yeah, exactly. At least he's alive and kicking. That's a positive, Captain Jack. From that little short story, wasn't it, where Corax is harassing Lorgar and the word bearers.
Isn't he just antisocial?
Corax, yeah, I reckon he is a little bit antisocial. I mean, he has been hiding out in the water for 10,000 years, not really talking to chaos people. So,
he's a bit emo, a bit sad for himself.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on, bless.
Well, he did cause an entire breakdown of the Imperium man, so.
Are you talking about Lorgar or?
Oh yeah, Lorgar. Yeah, I mean Corax. I don't know if
Nah, Tom, nah.
Him and his mate Erebus.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool, Tom. Don't worry about them. Lorgar didn't do anything wrong.
Is that the tagline?
Yeah, he's all right. That's the tagline.
He's all right. Look at him. He's just a demon prince now. Is he a demon prince now?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'd love to see his demon prince form. Actually, that'd be quite cool. Yeah. I don't think he'd be that changed actually.
Yeah.
No, I think he'll be a demon prince, obviously in stature and strength, but I reckon his mutations would be quite subtle, as he's undivided technically. I think that'd be interesting. Or maybe he'd be like a shape-shifting demon. He could turn into any one. That way, Games Workshop can sell four models of the same person as a kit for about £200, and then when you swap, like where it transforms Tzeentch, and then he grows wings or something, and then you swap him on the table. I mean,
power up, Tzeentch. Let's do it.
I mean, obviously that could go the opposite way, and it could be horrendous, where he's quartered into 1/4 of each god.
I think you're right about the undivided bit. It's kind of like it's not going to be particularly themed one way or another when it comes to that. There's a bit of artwork for Lorgar as the Demon Prince, but I've no idea where he'll end up with.
I was gonna say, no one knows.
I don't
So.
think he hasn't got wings, although wings are a big boost. You can't have every demon Primarch with wings. Just like,
To be fair, having played, you obviously saw when we played, I don't think the wings thing is that big a deal now. Because you can move 10 inches anyway now.
Yeah,
Or 8, 10 or 8.
Yeah, Battlefield's a bit smaller. I don't think it makes a big difference.
It's not that big a difference. I think before, when it used to, go from moving 6 to 12 inches, that was quite a big. That was quite a big thing.
I think as well, like there might be nice rule implications.
Sound
there.
like Captain Planet, the Don Cheadle. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
I think it'd be quite cool if Lorgar had an ability where people would just still have the Lookout Sir ability, where they would jump in front of things because obviously they're so fanatical about it.
Even if they're on the other side of the battlefield, they're like, no, not Lorgar.
Yeah, go!
I reckon he's just got a personal teleporter strapped to his chest. He's pressed it, just grab someone within.
Well, that'd be better, really, wouldn't it? Alfarius, no, he's gone. He's dead. Yeah, sorry, Alfarius is.
Well, allegedly.
No.
I'm Alfarius.
Oh God, poor Alpha Legion.
You know my stealth tactics, Dom.
I've seen your stealth tactics at work. They are not good. And another one is Portorabo. No one's seen a demon version of him yet.
No. Again, I think that would be another one that would be very. I don't think it would be. I think it would be obviously more to his traits rather than necessarily a god, because he didn't dedicate either, did he?
No, he's undivided.
I think he would literally turn into like a massive siege breaker of some description, just like all those parts augmented, like strength super augmented, like fists like hammers or something. Just dual hammers. No.
Yeah, maybe.
What?
Yeah.
What have we got
I don't know. Maybe big track legs or something.
He's just got a bottom half. He's a Lord of Skulls. He's a Lord of Skulls.
Yeah,
there we
go. Yeah, bulldozer and just put a little head on it. And just go there. There you go. It's Paul Railway.
Okay, then Omegon, and then Captain Jack says, would Erebus have a similar rule but opposite effect every pushes him in front of incoming fire? Yes, I think that sounds fair.
Yeah, where's an Erebus model? I mean, I'm not a massive fan of his, but
you would have thought, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Get a character, just one. Maybe Corferon. It'd be good.
Well, Corferon does have a model from.
Yeah, well, they've got the 30k ones, haven't they?
Yes, I actually have one because it came with the Battle of Kauth, didn't it?
Oh, that's not Corferon. Corferon. No, he's got dual lightning claws.
Oh, I must be thinking of someone else.
Yeah, he's all Wolverine. He's like an old Wolverine, though. He's the one from the Logan film.
Of course, because he didn't quite get the full treatment for the Astartes.
No. Had a bit of a super soldier serum kind of thing going on.
He's like the Captain America of the Word Bearers.
Yeah, exactly.
Much less honourable.
Yeah. Like taking a serum and it does go bad. Have you watched any of that?
What's that?
Falcon.
Yes, I have.
You watched all of them now?
Almost on the last episode.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it is like if you take the serum, it makes you really good or really bad.
So I didn't want to give any spoilers to anyone. So
yeah. Portorabo is a demon prince. He is. He's proper affiliated with Chaos. I've actually finished his Primarch book, which was actually quite good. I don't know if anyone else in the chat has read it or listened to it, but it's definitely worth a bit of a read or a listen if you're looking for something.
Well, it is. Oh, it's past half past. We should probably do the challenge results, Dom. If you're ready for this. Oh, hello.
Hello.
I'm just trying to glue this model as well because it's came off its base, which is a bit frustrating. There we I'll leave you drying there for a second. Right. Okay.
Do you want to line them up, Tom?
I'm already ready to go. Actually, just got to click a button.
Okay, so people in Discord, if you haven't joined our Discord already, feel free to.
I will paste up a little invite while we're getting ready for this.
Yeah, so come and join our Discord. It's full of lovely people. Lots of painting challenges go on there, and I think everyone's having a really good time, Tom.
I would hope so. It's fairly chatty, which is nice.
And a very positive environment for people. It's not necessarily all 40k. I think obviously 40k is a big percentage there. But come check them out. Definitely painting challenges going on. There's plans for other things in the future. But for now, yeah, let Tom just click that up.
Yeah, there you go. So if you haven't done it, just click the link and we'll get you in. As in, basically that link takes you to our waiting room. Just make yourself there's one already just done it actually. I'll Nevlock, who I'm assuming is someone in chat.
I'm gonna guess that's Vanguard Wargaming.
I would guess so.
Yeah.
Welcome. I have made you a member.
Huzzah! So, shall we do it, Tom?
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. So
now, first off, Tom, before we actually see any of these pictures, did you know who straight away?
Did I know who it was straight away?
Yeah, without me telling you.
I might have known two of them, I think.
Okay.
However, the one I'm starting with, I don't know.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Let's do it then.
So here we go. I'm going to clicky, boom.
Yes, it is. Ooh, Take a guess. Take a guess, Tom. Who you think?
I'm really not sure. I normally guess by what's in the background. You're gonna have to tell me, mate.
Okay. Well, this was Mike. Mike.
It was Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So this EU was terrain. Terrain was the theme. So everyone went off and did a bit of terrain, and Mike went and did this massive herdy totem thing for AOS. And you want to go first? This one?
No, you go. Yeah, you go for it, mate.
Yeah. So what I really love here is just the edge highlighting and the dark colours generally across this, and then you've suddenly got these amazing glowing eyes and the fire at the bottom, which just kind of bring it to life, which is very nice. And it turned out pretty beautifully, to be honest. I don't know if Mike's in the chat at the moment.
I don't think I saw him, sadly.
No, I don't know if this is associated with AOS army of his, or somehow he just stumbled across it. And I
must say, when I first saw it, I said, "Who's painted the massive owl?"
You did say that, yeah.
I mean,
it does look a bit owly. Like, it looks like
it's more. I think if you took away the ear bits, it would look more like an owl, I suppose. Yeah. I'm not actually sure what it's supposed to be, but
it's AOS totem. It's part of it's their terrain piece for the beasts.
Oh, the beasts. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, from my point of view, I just love the overall scheme on it. Really, I think the fire burning underneath has been done very well with the lighting effect sort of edging out from there, and the eyes look really cool, and the chains I think come out really well in that as well. So yeah, good job.
Yeah,
Mike, well done.
Well done.
Number 2.
Right, let's see if you know this one.
Boom. Well, I think this is Aaron.
It is Aaron. Yes, correct. I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah. Well, obviously this is quite a big piece of terrain, to be honest. And obviously I think we've gone for some. I'm trying to think of the theme. I suppose it's quite hangar. It's like obviously a hangar with some kind of dumping grounds around it. I think it's kind of barrels. I mean, you could almost say a bit orky in some ways.
I think he's saying he's having a great time with this.
Oh, I mean,
a barrel of laughs.
I may have to mark him down with the jokes. But ultimately, no. Very. I think it's come out quite nicely. I think I'm not sure if is he quite there yet with it or.
No. So I think with Aaron, it's like a very ambitious job, this one. So he's got a lot of it. So as always, he's kind of aimed very high. For instance, when we had to do the vehicle, he did a scratch-built stomper. So with this one as well, it could have been a pile of crates. And I thought initially he put a picture up and with the crate piles, and I was like, oh yeah, well done, Aaron. And then like a couple of days later, he was like, well, I'm doing this as well. And I was like, oh jeez. So yeah, he's definitely aimed high with this. It looks like an army and parade kind of situation going on.
I hope he keeps posting updates on it anyway. That's what I'm basically getting at. I'd love to see the finished article. So if you do watch this back later, carry on with that one. I want to see the full finished product, because your stuff is normally very, obviously very, very, very good at the end as well. Just So, but yeah, good work either way though. So well done. However, I will add, you had 3 weeks. No, I'm joking.
What?
Well, we had an extra week because obviously we didn't stream last week when we should have done it. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that, Tom. It was meant to be this week.
Was it? I thought we missed it. I thought we missed a week.
No, we didn't.
Really? Oh.
No, we can say they had 3 weeks and make them feel bad that they didn't get more.
Okay, let's do that. No, I'm joking. Now, I do actually think I know the next 2, by the way. So just.
Okay, all right, go for it. Well, you knew that one, didn't you? You knew that was Aaron.
And I'm pretty sure this is Mr. Jack.
All right, let's do it. Ah, yay! There we go.
I'm just going to minimise it a bit. So, for goodness sake.
Pretty big. You sent me a couple of pictures of this one, actually.
There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go.
So, Captain Jack has done some glorious ruins there. And I really like, you can kind of see him in this picture, is the grating behind the windows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was such a nice feature to put in there, because
they wouldn't be empty.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, oh, actually, I'm glad someone's actually done it. And the whole kind of grim look to it, I'm a big fan of it, which I think is very nice.
So go on.
Yeah, so I was going to say, how many pieces did you do in the end, Jack? Because you sent me a couple of pictures, and I thought this one was definitely.
Well, actually, I think if you go, I'm just going to Discord quickly, and I'm pretty sure he's done one of all of them there.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a few other ones. It looks like about 5 or 6 pieces.
Mm. There you go. But yeah, it's nice to see a bit of colour in there as well. It's very easy to spray it and just put a bit of highlight on there and just say that's it. But obviously, you can see a little bit of red there. There's a lot of work on metal work.
I mean, personally, that set of terrain that GW released, which I think obviously that is with additional base, I think that's one of their best kits actually. I really like, because mainly because you can do things like that with it. It's not necessarily about just having the. I mean, the 2 I've got, I went with 2 just different schemes. I went with a kind of a very off-white one and a very dark grey mechanic-y one. But adding the base onto that, I think, really adds to that model actually. And considering a lot of the rules for terrain nowadays, I think you need a base.
It can be quite ambiguous, can't it? Really.
Yeah.
The thing is, you walk up to a battlefield and you say anything within the base of this has got whatever. Mm-hmm. Straight away, it's very easy to tell, isn't it, what you've got there. Hello, Mike. Welcome. Yes. So, Captain Jack. I think we should give you a little round of applause. There we go.
Mm-hmm. And Mike, we have just done your model.
Yeah.
Sorry, you missed it at the moment, but we're still working through at the moment. So, but either way, it was very nice. If you want to hear that.
Right. So next, last but not least.
Now, was this Matt? I cheated on this one, I will confess.
How do you know that was Matt?
Well, because I went to go look at Discord a second ago when I was looking at Jack's one and scrolled up a bit further, and I found it. I did not know that one off by heart, but I figured I did. You know me, I'm a very truthful person. I wouldn't pretend like I would. But now that I look at it, if I was to put a name to it after knowing it, I think it would have been Matt anyway, because it's a very so that's a very clean but dirty paint job. I think if that makes sense. It's quite cleanly done, but with the correct amount of shading in places. It's just very precise. That's probably a better way of putting it, I think.
I think the good thing is, like, the more we've done these, the more people's styles have come across. And like, when I'm looking at them now, I might be a bit easy, I might actually know who sent them to me. But I'd like to think if I saw them, I would
have a guess.
the style. Yeah, you go, oh well, that's definitely going to be like we go back to looking at Mike's, and then you compare it to his card entries.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see very, very similar in some ways. And the same with, like I said, Matt's stuff there. Matt's very clean and very sharp on the corners. So yeah, it's really nice. So another thing is, like, we've got people viewing, but we've only got 7 thumbs up, Tom. I don't know what that's about.
Well, look, I'll tell you what, we've got 7 at the moment, yeah? Well, I'm not going to look at the YouTube chat until we finish this particular bit, and it better be higher than 7.
He gets violent. Well, I'm going to carry on for now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm carrying on with this, but I'm not. I'm just. I'm going to finish this, but until it just better be higher than 7. That's all I can say. I want to see 10 or 11. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'd like to think all the entries we've had here have been pretty ambitious. So congratulations to everybody who's taken part in this, and hopefully that inspire a few more of you guys to kind of get your terrain and kind of build a few bits, add it in.
Expand your personal loadout of terrain. I think it's a good way of looking at it. Actually, I think it's good. So
yeah, and my personal this is a personal request. If there's any local people in the chat that want to paint some terrain for a future event, just private message me, and it would be a great help when we actually get some events to have someone do a bit of terrain as well.
We're happy to name a board after you or something.
Yeah. You can pick. You can pick some terrain to paint, and it'll be really helpful if you guys.
Because we got quite a lot of new stuff from a very kind donator. I think both myself and Dom have literally had no time to paint terrain in a long time, which is a shame because some of it is very, very nice as well. It just needs a bit of colour to make it that last bit. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, so this yes, right. As I said, I like this because it's very cleanly done. I'd say it's very Imperium. I think that's it's very, very kind of freshly off the manufactorium Imperium.
Yeah. You can imagine the guard platoon that's in charge of this is being observed by the commissar and making sure that it's nice and clean at all times.
It's actually pure metal. It's not made out of ferrochrome. They've buffed it. They've actually gone around. Every guard, the whole platoon's like, okay, everyone get your wax on, wax off.
Yeah,
the entire thing.
Commissar is there, twiddling his bolt pistol.
But anyway, this is time to do the winner, I suppose.
Yeah. So, guys, the winner is, drum roll, please, somebody.
Well, I'm going to go 5. Oh, wait a minute. How many likes have we got?
We've got 8. So they kind of listened to you and put more than 7. So yeah, well done, Pete.
Okay, very disappointed.
Sorry, Tom.
Look, they better be higher because I was going to start a Goblin Gaming thing, and I don't want to do that right now. All right, guys. Especially before I've announced this, because that's just one of those things that people do where they go, "Oh, but before we announce the big thing we were talking about, let's talk about something else."
Yeah, we're not all about that, are we, Tom? We're classy on this channel.
No, here we go. Anyway, so. Ta-da! I mean, I've seen it. You'll see in a second. It is Mr. Jack's ruin.
Yes.
2 ruins in this case, or whatever. So, I mean,
multiple ruins.
Wasn't the count. It was actually more the fact that the style and the paint job was very, very good. It's very close with 2 of them, actually. In all seriousness, we won't say who because we'd like to be fair in that way. Yeah. Yeah.
No. Absolutely love it. Like I said, I love the grim dark, and this is basically grim dark through and through. So yeah, great job. Well done, Captain Jack.
The Destroyer. I don't know why I said that. He might be the Destroyer. I don't know.
Tom, bit of old down me.
No, I need more.
So, guys, next challenge. It's a straightforward one. You can all take part in this. You don't have to have terrain.
Now, hang on a minute. Sorry, 1 second. Someone has taken a like off. Lee, if that is you, I will find you. Anyway, carry on. Next challenge.
Well, the theme is it's all about the base. About the base.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where you kind of
stop this punning.
I can't help it. Right, so guys, this is all about theming your bases. As you know, I have a fetish for bases, and I would like to see some nice quality bases done. It could be for any game system you fancy. It can be with or without a model. Ideally, with a model, just through. I don't want to look at just bases with no models on. So it'd be quite nice to have a model on a base. It could be any size, any theme. The more original.
But I think it's
better.
fair to say that if someone wants to make a set of bases as an entry, also fine.
Yep, theme, bring them all together. But yeah, it's all about the base. So the best base or bases wins.
Have you said base enough?
Base.
All your base are belong to us?
Yes. So guys, we've got 2 weeks. Get on with some bases.
The problem is Vicky is now singing it. I can hear her in the other room. So, and it's also one of our most hated songs, I might add as well.
Oh, nice, good.
Megan Trainor, if I recall correctly, because I remember my boss used to play it incessantly to annoy me at work. It's very nice of him. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so looking forward to seeing those entries. Obviously, I think we'll put that up there. I actually have another idea for the next one. I will not go into it now. We'll wait till next time. But I'll talk to you about it. I think I've got an interesting. I have an interesting idea. It's in the drunk recesses of my mind at the moment, so I'm going to note it down right now.
Right on the back of the beer can.
Just going
in with a compass.
Use the old hobby knife.
Yeah.
Like that time I tried to open a bottle of marinade at a barbecue with a massive serrated edge flipping thing and cut my hand. Remember that?
Win-win. Yeah, good times. Good time.
Anyway.
How's everyone's hobby going anyway?
Yes.
I kind of stopped. I need to do a bit more hobby here.
That's right. I know, stop for that as well. But I've actually done quite a bit tonight. Actually, I managed to do. I've got 20 Terminators down there, rebased. Actually, I was chatting away. I just found another one here. Actually, interesting.
Tom, what do you think of the new banner woman for Sisters?
I actually really like it. I will definitely be getting it.
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to be. I didn't see in the article if she's going to be for a particular faction or just generic-y, but I don't know.
Well, it sounds like she's got a story, so I suspect she'll be linked to a faction.
Yeah, because you're Argent Shroud.
We are indeed, yes. And I must admit, actually, I'm basically what I'm doing at the moment. Obviously, as I think I spoke about this last week, was going through my various collections and just getting I'm getting some videos together of where each of the armies are at as a kind of like a restart point. But I'm also I decided to start on my Grey Knights because I think they're actually what I think Don was saying just before we start. Actually, I'm kind of hopeful they'll get a Codex fairly soon. If I'm totally honest, I'm really hoping what they do, Dom, is release Codex, Grey Knights, and Demons at the same time. Because I think that would be very awesome.
That would be quite good. You're right. Yeah.
And I actually do. I could see it happening actually. I think because I suppose it's one of those ancient matchups that it makes a lot of sense for them to do that because it's really the only time. Typically a Grey Knight army goes out to deal with demons. So if they're looking for a narrative kind of thing, I think that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, so ultimately that's what I'm working on. At the moment, Grey Knight's my first kind of thing, and I don't feel I'm too far off actually finishing all of this. Really, I think this is about a week's work here if I get stuck in. Because I actually did a lot when I started going through it all. I was like, I've actually done quite a bit of this. I've just got to do a few touch-ups on them, get some washes done, and then it's the vehicles. I did uncover 2 Storm Ravens that I'd forgotten about, which was a bit of a blow to my morale of finishing them. Because I forgot how big,
as you do.
I forgot how big Storm Ravens are.
How do you not find Storm Ravens?
Well, because basically I bought my multi-case cases, and I bought a specific case for them, and then I put that behind the sofa in the case, and I've just forgotten. I put it there. If I'm doing it, so I was having a look. I was doing this kind of catalogue the other day as I was talking to you about this, and I had a look around everywhere, and I found them. I was like, oh yeah, because they were originally Black Templar ones, but I converted them to Grey Knights because I didn't really have a lot of vehicle options for my Grey Knights. Because if you remember, there wasn't really a lot of kind of big options for them in the early days.
It really isn't, no, is it?
No. but yeah, so I'm basically just that because my current plan is to get these kind of up to scratch, get a few videos up on them, and then hopefully start adding to them as soon as some new models are not well, maybe not necessarily new models, definitely the new Codex, because I haven't added to these guys for a very long time, and and even though I was joking earlier about sort of collecting them at the time when they were quite powerful, I actually really, I think you probably remember, I used to have the Demon Hunters Codex a long, long time ago before they became particularly popular,
Yeah.
because I really liked the idea of them. Yeah, this slightly offshoot of Marine. I think it was one of those things that playing Marines but aren't really pure Marines. If they've got the psychic element to it, I think that was quite a cool idea to me back in the day. And I would love to sort of see that them. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily get super powerful, but they definitely need a bit of a.
Do you think they're going to get Primaris or stay away from
Primaris? No,
Primaris?
I don't think they will. I think with Grey Knights, it's always been about their psychic abilities that separates them out, not being Primaris. They may get the odd one. I suppose it's an interesting one because if you think about the training time of a Grey Knight,
Yeah.
it's a very different
Yeah.
process to just a standard Marine. These guys go away for thousands of years. They take 60 million recruits and come out with one. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get my point.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a very high attrition rate on some particular
Yeah.
recruits.
So I mean,
However, I completely agree with the logic behind that. But I know that Games Workshop do like Primaris models.
just no. I'll tell you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to they're going to put they're going to put the Nemesis Dread Knight in a bigger Nemesis Dread Knight.
Yeah,
That's what's going to happen. Everyone knows this. What's this? Look at these lads doing their thing. Good evening, Dom. Good evening. Thank you very much. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, I mean, other things that I was going to have a quicker update on. So obviously, the votes. Let's chat. Oh yeah, so he's just asking how we're doing. That's good. The other thing that obviously obviously last week I wasn't around. There was some personal reasons that I won't go into details. So if you're interested, check Discord out and you'll find out why. However, there was a vote that I was supposed to be announcing last week, which was the next model for my Lingering Legion Discord army. And that was the winner was actually obviously the Lord of Change. It was actually quite close. I'll get the results up quickly. 1 second. As it was, Zinch got 9 votes, Korn got 7 votes, and Nurgle got 2 votes. A total of 18 votes. So thank you all for participating. I have already purchased said model. I actually purchased it the other week because of stock levels, and I was getting a bit worried that actually, as Tom will tell you, getting hold of stuff at the moment is a bloody nightmare, just in general. And even though I ordered this about a week and a bit ago, I've been waiting for 2 paints for about 2 weeks. Which finally apparently went to being ready today.
There you go.
So I'm hoping it's being shipped out today or tomorrow, ready to be started on. Because that's unfortunate. I've got to fit that around all my other stuff I'm planning on doing. But I suspect that won't be ready until maybe midway next month. I suspect. I've looked at the model. I've decided my paint scheme, and it scares the hell out of me. This one, I must admit.
You'll be fine. Don't you worry about it.
It's just it's the sheer scale of it and the different. I mean, I've never painted feathers for starters, and I think it's quite an ambitious model to jump straight onto for that kind of painting. So, I'm actually going to follow the Duncan Rhodes guide from Games Workshop when he was there still, because it actually, when I watched it, it's actually kind of how I want to look. So it's very box arty, but I actually really like it, to be honest. So yeah, I ordered all the associated paints with that, and I'm looking forward to doing a bit of paint by numbers on it. I think it'd be quite fun.
Nice. Well, I'm sure it will turn out very nice.
Well, it's one of those things. Also, I think it'd be a good way to learn as well on how to paint that style of model. So
Feathers.
we've got you on there. So chat's exploded a little bit. Thank you to Mr. the Immersive World Crafter who's been asking many questions. So Lee's paints and Nurglings. Oh yeah.
He's back on it. Mr. Lee is back
So I
on
like to hear, Mr. Lee.
back on the Crusade wagon, which I'm trying to catch up on as well.
Is it
So
a mystery?
no, we've gone past that, Tom.
Oh,
We
sorry.
don't do the puns anymore.
Oh.
No.
We've got 11 likes now, though. Just thought I'd let you know.
That was down to my puns.
I thought you were going to say down to the accounts you logged in and...
Yeah, they're the ones I'm logging in as we go. Keep going. But yeah, Mr. Lee currently working on them for our little Crusade Force, which we're almost finished on the 500 point mark.
Nice.
So yeah, it's looking quite nice actually. To be honest, I'm really looking forward to the new stuff coming out, and seeing how that's going to change my plans, my army. Because initially I was like, oh, I'm going to have loads of Penton engines and the mortifiers.
Yeah, mortifiers, yeah, and they're nice models, but oh my god, painting them, mate. Oof.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of thinking a bit more along the lines of, I know you don't like them, but I do like the look of the new.
I will probably be getting some. I may not like them, but I will end up getting some because I suspect if I want to be able to have a decent frontline army, as in like a combat army, I would have to take them.
Yeah.
I've come around to the Castigator now, so I'm happy with that. That's actually I'm okay with that one now. So I'm looking forward to getting a couple of them. I think once you get past the initial shock of what you look at annoys you, I think sometimes it grows on you. So
absolutely, and I think that's what Games Workshop do quite well now. Is that they'll release these pictures a long time in advance of the models actually coming out, so it gives you time to like warm up to it and go, oh, what a load of rubbish! I'll probably get it anyway. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about the new sister stuff. I think it's going to be very nice. Like we were saying earlier, the one with the banner is a brilliant sculpt.
Come on, give me a green light. There we go. See, these are how far they're along, by the way. I'm getting there.
That's very cool.
Okay, good.
You're confused there, Tom.
I was just trying to work. Some of them I've done a certain shade on. I'm just trying to make sure I go over the ones I've actually done. I'm just separating them out at the moment. That's actually probably what I'm going to have to do now because I think all of these are actually done bar the interceptors, and they're going to need a bit more work. Actually, yeah, all of these are done bar the interceptors. That's not looking as bad now because that means he's just got to do these shoulders with the white because I started doing one layer of white on these. Because I wanted quite a stark white on these ones, I decided to go with the just straight on white with them, which is taking a few layers. But that's because their shoulder pads, I think they do look like that. So I was just trying to match that really. Actually,
sorry, out of curiosity, guys, how do you watch this? Do you guys just listen to us in the background, or do you actively watch the screen? Because I can imagine it's quite therapeutic still to have like a chat going on while you get on and do hobby anyway, or you're just watching the chat.
Librarian. He came out quite nice actually. Quite happy with him.
Nice. Hopefully he doesn't perils.
No, that's all he does. That's his surname.
Perils.
Johannes Perils.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Carrying with his backpack.
Mike says you're up against the Champions League, so listen to you. Oh, well, that's fair enough. That's football, Dom, in case you're wondering.
No, thanks for letting me know then.
Dom is an avid supporter of football, and he used to be an absolute demon in goal as well. Of Dom, I remember at school. Very athletic saves. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soccer.
Well, Lee, I won't read that how I heard it, but thank you for listening to us anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Filthy mind. Oh, Budweiser. Oh, come on, Tom.
I'm sorry. I couldn't get anything else. I had to go to the.
No, there's no excuse.
I had to go to the premiere.
No one drinks Budweiser.
Clearly, I do.
I mean, you're not a person, are you? You're a monster.
I'm a monster.
Budweiser. You might as well get Tesco's own.
Well, I don't want water.
Oh God, no.
You know me. I don't normally drink that. To be fair, but sometimes it's an easy drink. Just at least got a dislike button.
Yeah, dislike people.
No, in fairness, what did I have yesterday?
No, don't dig a hole any deeper, Tom.
Oh no! I had some IPA. Oh, I had some Hobgoblin IPA yesterday actually, which I was going to save for the stream, but I decided to have it yesterday because I came off call, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I quite fancy just sitting down in the afternoon, doing some models and having a little drink, and I did.
Tom, we're trying to put a decent image across, okay? If you're going to drink your filthy Budweiser, do it off camera and on a park bench, whatever you do. No, don't promote it.
Do you know what would be really bad?
For the street.
Yeah, do you know what would be really bad though? if like Budweiser literally just come back and go, oh, I saw you had it on stream. Would you like to be sponsored?
No.
I bet. Oh, I don't know.
We're not going to sell out to that, Tom.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm more likely to sell out to Ogre Kingdoms than to
Quite, that does say something. Anyway, I'm going to continue drinking my Budweiser.
Oh, no. Stop saying it. It'll be in the algorithms.
We'll get all these people. I came here for the Budweiser talk.
Yeah. Oh, no, this isn't the talk I like.
What are they doing? What do you mean they're doing models? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. Actually, because me and Don were batting around some other topics of conversation. We were talking about merchandise earlier, weren't we? Well, it actually came up as a comment in one of our videos. Someone basically said, "Oh, can we get your dice anywhere?" And I sort of said, "Yeah, it was something we've been not right now, but it's something we're looking for." But we were actually interested to see if you could buy merchandise from us of some description. What would you guys like to see, or what do you think are the best things to stock and sell from a point of view of someone actually going, oh yeah, I'll part with my cash to purchase some of them? Obviously, dice I think is a given. So outside of that, what do people think?
I would say Captain Jack's going to put something positive, but I think he's still on the Budweiser train. Yeah, exactly. Like Tom said, what would you like to see merchandise-wise? If you want Black Toe merchandise, maybe
And don't worry, we're not thinking about going mental. This is more of a very kind of, I suppose, initial idea kind of stage at the moment. We happen to be talking about it. And we're like, oh well, we've kind of been saying we'll do dice for a while, but if we were going to do dice, why not add a few other things to sort of?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, dice from my point of view, it's one of those things you go to an event, and if you play someone from a club or from a channel or from their own Instagram, and they've got their own personalised dice, I tend to trade them. And so I think it's always quite nice to collect a selection of dice. I think I'm not the only one here. Surely you guys do the same. But you generally accumulate a load of dice from different places, which is quite nice.
Well, Mr. Lee thinks we should keep the dice for the event. I don't know if you mean we should keep them exclusively to the event, or if you just think we should give. I mean, obviously, I think at the event we tend to give out at least 2 or 3 dice when you attend the event for free. Well, not, I mean, I say for free. You've purchased a ticket. You're getting it in the ticket price technically. So it's one of those things. Kane is saying dice bags, dice towers, notebooks. Didn't think about notebooks. That would be interesting. Maybe we could design our own. We could design our own custom notebook for our events with all the way we fill out our score sheets.
And maybe two types of dice. Maybe that'd be quite nice and exclusive.
Well, we could do a kind of a Black Toe Studio with on the 6 like we normally do, and then maybe on the 1 have something like I attended the event and I died.
We do die. Yeah, we embrace the loser more than we yes. So it's all about taking part, not about winning.
No.
If you win, that's a perk. But yeah, some good suggestions here, guys.
It's always good to see what you think, because we could go out and we could spitball a load of things and we could do a load of stuff, and actually we don't really, we don't want to waste money on getting stuff that people wouldn't actually even be interested in, and B, we want to make sure that stuff you get is actually kind of quality to a certain degree. Well, to a certain degree, obviously. We're not going out and buying gold-plated dice for you guys, but selling it for a fiver for 100.
But yeah, no, it's right. It's about quality
Yeah.
and what you guys like. Obviously, myself and Tom have got our own personal tastes when it comes to particular merchandise and 40k stuff. So we'll probably put a bit of that in there as well. And we'll just see how it goes. I think it's always quite nice to see something a little unique. Plus, like the thing about being Black Toad is that we are kind of a bit niche.
Yeah.
Like not many people know about us. We're the and people are like, oh wow, that's not tabletop tactics on When You Wargaming. That's someone we've never heard of.
There's good reason for that. And Isaac was asking what event. Well, basically, Isaac, we've run a couple so far. We were actually planning. We would have had 2 more now actually by now if we hadn't been for lockdown. I think we were planning to run 2 events a year. They're not like super competitive or anything like that. They were team-based events where basically you turn up with your army and you'd pledge your allegiance to Imperium, Xeno, or Chaos, and your results throughout the day, instead of becoming just solely individual results, would go towards your team score. And at the end of the day, the team with the highest score would obviously win. And we've got an old traditional kind of shield, haven't we? Which we have engraved on it, and that then goes to the winners, the winning team, and then hopefully next time you come back and you try and win it for your team again.
The shield is classic UK school kind of shield, isn't it, Tom?
Yep.
Where if you've been to school in the UK, you've seen this shield somewhere. But yeah, like Tom said, it's all completely faction based. So if you brought an Imperial Guard army, you'd be playing for the Imperium or maybe Chaos. And then you'd be playing off against each other. You gain points go into a pool, and the last couple of events we've done, we haven't told people what their scores are.
No.
However, maybe going forward we'll change that. But overall, it'll be an Imperial victory, it'll be a Chaos victory, it'll be a Xeno victory. Yep. And normally the armies are kind of quite well spread. Yep. However, obviously the Imperium nearly always has a bit of an advantage because more people have an Imperial army than
we found the main problem is trying to get an even number of people for each team, because it can be quite a challenge. But as it's a 3-way one, it sometimes works out quite well depending on we've had to play the odd couple of game here and there as well when people haven't turned up or and things like that. But ultimately we don't mind doing that. It's nice to get involved. It's just as Dom will probably agree, when you're running an event, playing in it is quite difficult to do at the same time in a serious fashion. Because you're trying to concentrate on making sure that everyone around you is having a good day. See you, Mr. Lee. Have a good evening, my friend. And Vanguard disappeared after the scenery showing. I miss it. You haven't missed anything important, my friend. No. You're all good. We were just talking about our events, and because Isaac asked what event. But anyway, we're hopefully planning one November-ish time, perhaps, depending on how things go. Obviously there's several factors still floating about, depending on lockdowns, pandemics, all this kind of stuff. If everything goes awful in the winter, then we may end up being back in the same situation we are at the moment, wishing we'd done it in the summer. But what?
And the most important thing is that when we're doing one, that we're doing it. We're going to do it if it's safe and if we can make a good event out of it. Is the main thing at the moment, rather than putting anybody at any unrequired risk. And also, we don't want to be doing an event subpar, so we're going to make sure that what we're
doing, because we had been planning, I think, a team event. That's fair to say, isn't it? That's what we were, as in like a 2 players per table team, as it well, 2 aside games, like a duo scene, which we won't go into too many details, but we have been planning on in a similar vein to how we've been doing, but in 2s. But obviously that may not be a feasible thing. We don't know yet, so we will see. Maybe we could do 2 people from the same household can play together.
It's a family game.
It's a family game. Bring the kids.
Yeah, bring the kids.
And yes, I am also being attacked for my choice of beer. Everyone drinks.
Go on, hold it up, Tom.
Everyone drinks a dodgy beer now and then. They do.
No one goes out and buys.
I've seen you drink Foster's.
I don't buy Foster's. There's a difference.
I don't know. I reckon you got a secret stash under your desk there. I reckon you water down your IPAs with Fosters to make it easier for you to pan
In a
it.
can, yeah. I mean, that is worth it. It's in a can. Like, yeah, God, terrible. I'm a classy broad today. I've got a nice Belgian beer in my glass, from Beer 52. There you go.
That's yeah. You didn't even buy that yourself, did you?
I did. I'm on the subscription thing now.
Oh, you're on the subscription now. You kept it going.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
I may have to join you.
I forgot to unsubscribe.
I may have to join you on one of those. I think that'd be quite fun. We could do that.
The only time I remember is when I'm having a couple of beers, and I get normally a little bit drunk, and I forget to unsubscribe after it.
Well, I'm sure you'll get me plenty of Budweiser on my stag do. So.
Goodness. Yeah. We're actually going to a tour of the brewery.
Well, the Budweiser's.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm leading you down this path, but I'm suddenly going to go.
Where's this been bottled? Let's see where we're going.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Wherever InBev Limited in EC 41 1EN is, yeah.
That's where all the good stag do's happen. Woo!
Oh, Vanguard is saying beer in general is trash, but I don't really drink alcohol. Well,
yeah, that's a bit hard to judge, really.
I think about Jesus. It's got on the serious. Isaac's thinking about unsubscribing because I'm drinking Budweiser. Okay, I promise you, it will not happen again. Okay, I'm very sorry. Cause light it is. No.
Don't worry, guys. Next time I'll be like his PA. I'll be like, look, no, don't drink that. Drink this. Vicky, if you're listening, we're going to have to make sure he doesn't make this mistake again. And we'll make sure he's drinking something good next time.
Oh, I'm now being held high hand handcuff because I'm drinking from a can. I mean, I do it now and then. We all slum it from time to time.
Okay, don't worry, guys. It won't happen again. I apologise for him. He's been drinking all day down the park with his little mates.
Look, I spent all my good money at the beginning of the day. I've had to buy the stuff with my change. Let's go to the corner shop. Right, just take these. I've only got pound coins and some 50p's. What can you get me?
Yeah, I apologise, everyone.
I will go back to my brew dog for next week, alright? That's what I normally drink, to be fair.
It doesn't mean anything anymore now.
Well, White Lightning, you can't actually get anymore. I hope did you know that? That is no longer brewed. In the UK anyway, allegedly.
I don't think it was brewed anyway.
Well, I know, it was kind of just scraped off the floor.
Yeah, there we go. We all know. Yeah, we don't know what he's like. He's a big fan of White Lightning. That's why he knows about this, because he was on the newsletter. And it's a sad couple of days for him, but he got over it in the end.
I'm Scottish. I'll find it. Well, I'm glad this has given you so much enjoyment just from enjoying. Do you know what? I think what I'll do is maybe once a month I will pick a beer that everyone hates and just drink it on stream and see who notices. That'll be my little thing. I'll go out and buy something just horrendous, and then we'll see who picks up on it. Because it took you a while to pick up I was drinking Budweiser. I thought you would have noticed by now, actually. Halfway through the stream, you didn't notice.
I think it's kind of ignorance is bliss sometimes. Like, you kind of look away from it. You go, oh, he can't be doing that. That can't be. And you're like, oh, no, he's making it very obvious.
This is now where I separate the can and go, aha, but look, it's not really Budweiser. It's just water.
Approval. He's not getting approval for that. Anyway, let's deflect away from your terrible choice of beer to maybe your terrible choice in television. Have you watched anything good?
Well, as I said earlier, I have been watching Winter Soldier and Falcon on the last episode. I found it very enjoyable. I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? At the end of the second to last one, where it's
going. So, yeah, hopefully get to watch that just this week at some point, because Vicky's been watching that with me.
Cool.
What else have I watched today? I haven't really watched many things at the moment. Actually, I must admit. I'm just trying to think. I haven't watched. I've been watching a lot more game streaming at the moment. just while I've been painting because I find it quite.
Computer games?
Yes, computer games. Yes.
You want to do your little video game streams?
Look.
Are they playing the video game?
Yes,
Thomas?
but look, you see, you find that funny, but we're sitting here painting models and people watching us. So.
I know, but they're good quality people.
Oh,
Although you have
I see.
lost a lot of them through your drinking habits.
Oh dear.
Captain Jack, Falcon is, I think, worth the investment, to be honest. I've been watching, I don't know if you've seen it on Netflix advertised. I think it's Shadow and Bone, or Bone and Shadow.
Is that the boat one?
It's kind of got a bit on a boat, yeah. I think the trailer bit says it's on a boat.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I think we're on the 4th episode. It's quite
I have been pondering about checking that out because it did look quite interesting. I think I watched the trailer. That's why I thought it was in a boat because I think they were doing something with cartographers and someone doing magic and filling the sail with wind or something. It was a bit weird.
It's based on a series of books, and essentially it's kind of set in this fictional world, which is very much like a pre-Soviet Russia, and the continent's divided with this big black kind of like let's say the warp. And they've got to go through it on these boats to the other side, and there's people with magic and stuff. It's quite interesting.
But yeah, what else was I? Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've really watched anything filmy wise, really.
I've listened to a few podcasts. I listened to.
I haven't listened to podcasts for a long time.
Louis Theroux. Louis Theroux's got a podcast.
Oh, has he? Oh, I like Louis Theroux.
Called Grounded, which essentially he's interviewing people during lockdown, and some really good ones on there. There's one about Oliver Stone. It's a good interview with him.
Odd enough, I was actually watching Louis Theroux's what should we call it? Joe, what's his face? Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
It's on BBC. I don't know if you've watched that one yet or not.
Joe Exotic, isn't it?
His revisit one for him because it was only out. It was 5th of April. 5th of April last month. This month, sorry. So I didn't realise he'd done another one. Because I always enjoy his revisits because he's normally very honest about how he kind of sees it from this point in time. I think the one I found the most enjoyable from his one, even though it was quite shocking, was the Westboro Baptist Church one. Because obviously, just what the hell, these people. Sorry if anyone, you and me won't agree. I can promise you that right now. But I'm just saying, it's a very odd series, but the same, odd set of people really. But just seeing that because he's gone back to them, I think 3 times over the years, hasn't he? And each time he's gone back, someone's come away and he's managed to talk to them properly about what was actually going on. And I find it's very insightful because he's not afraid to ask those questions, and he always he just sits there. I like the way he's always very impartial, even if he necessarily doesn't agree with the person. He sits there and gets their point of view, which I think is the one thing that's missing from a lot of people in general in the world at the moment. Is just
he's very impartial a lot of the time. Like he'll ask questions in quite a naive kind of way, so it doesn't get people's backs up. Which I think is quite an interesting way. And also, I found out that he's actually related to Justin Theroux, the actor. It's his cousin. So, that's quite an interesting one as well.
Ah, interesting.
A bit of his background.
Oh, well, that's something I wouldn't wish on anyone. Vanguard Wargaming, that is, I wouldn't want them turning up anywhere near my school, quite frankly. But such is the way it is sometimes, Ultimately, I suppose you have your freedom of speech and all this kind of stuff, so which is very important. It's just you don't have to agree with it, I'm trying to think. Exactly. And I even though obviously the Jimmy Savile stuff was very shocking, I like the fact he went back and re-examined it from a different. I think he was pretty. He was like, how did I fall for this? Yeah, that was the more shocking part of it because even he realised he'd been suckered in by his persona. No, I think it was just obviously what happened was horrendous, but he was like sitting there going, I kind of thought something was going on, but I didn't want to delve into it. And he was like suckered. I think that's just but it just shows you that that's the way
It's one of those things that when I watched that first one, that was years, I don't know, 10, 15.
Long time ago. Yeah.
20 years ago, whatever it was. But I don't think I can watch it now. Like,
No.
being a parent now, watching it, I can do it.
I completely
Normally,
yeah.
I quite like watching things or make things that make me think, or sometimes I put you on the edge, but stuff like that. Unfortunately,
No, I wouldn't. If I'm saying it's one of the ones I wouldn't. The original one I wouldn't rewatch 100% because actually, when you see what he's doing, and you know, you're actually thinking there, Jesus, he's just an evil little. Yeah, and it's more. I think it's more annoying than informative. I think that's probably the better way of looking at it. I think, yeah.
yeah. I mean, for instance, I watched that on a different note and maybe a slightly lighter note. Watched that Seaspiracy.
Oh
about,
yes, you said
commercial
yeah.
fishing and stuff. And I can say now that I've changed my eating habits. So after watching that, I feel educated enough. I'm not going to lecture people about it. Oh, it's definitely worth.
You going back to sustainable fish, are you then, Dom?
I am. Well, you need to watch it, but apparently there's no such thing as sustainable fish.
That doesn't shock me, mate. That's my joke. That was my joke. Sorry, I'll just.
I think my personal thing about fishing would be that if I actually caught it, I'd eat it. Or I knew someone would have caught it, I'd eat it. But that's my personal.
I mean, if I'm telling you, I've never been a huge fan of fish anyway myself. It's not been one of my staple.
I loved it. Just one of those things, but
saying that, I mean, obviously, fish and chips. You know, that's a different thing, but that also unfortunately falls into that category.
It being fish.
Yeah, no, I'm just making the point. You know, see, people kind of think of it. You know, you go, I'll go to the supermarket and I'll buy this, and this, and it's all sustainable. And actually, that's not quite true. You know, it's you know, it's.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting, and it's worth watching. Even I'm not saying watch it, you'll stop eating fish, or you will carry on, or whatever. But it's just an interesting documentary.
I still eat fish once a week, so. But that's mainly because I like it, I suppose. But I feel me eating it once a week is, you know, it's not like I'm having but have fish every meal of the day.
No, and you know that's your thing. Go for it, mate.
But there we go.
Lottery time.
Oh, is it? Oh, you actually got. I wasn't sure if you had your tickets this time round, so
I have.
I didn't check.
Let's do the lottery, everybody.
I'll get the results.
Lottery numbers.
Plus, we went very serious then, Don. Were we all right?
Yeah, no, we had to deflect off that one, Tom, quickly.
You're about to slap me with a kipper. I have the results up, so I'm ready for your winning numbers, Dom. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Right. Here come the numbers. Any minute now. Here come the numbers.
Well, while Dom's not winning, just can't give out those fish finger sandwiches. No, fish finger sandwiches are not my cup of tea. I hate fish fingers, actually. Oh. No, I couldn't think of anything worse. No, I actually quite like pollock and haddock, I suppose, are my two favourite fish. We're back onto fish, Dom. You see what you've done. I'm now talking about
fish.
Yeah,
I know. That's an interesting topic to talk about, isn't it? Different. Don't normally talk about fish.
Being a professional fishmonger as I am in my spare time.
Yeah. Well, also, like I said, going into eat fish that I catch, it gives me a little bit of an excuse to.
You want to go fishing?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you want, we can go down the beach, mate. We can do some sea fishing, see if we can catch some bass, and we can just barbecue on the beach, mate. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that would be quite good, wouldn't it?
Would be. My stepdad does it every year, actually.
Right, here we go. Here come the lottery numbers. I don't know why you're doing that. Right, go for it, Tom.
13. You're not going to like these numbers. 14.
You're making these up.
No, I'm not.
I've got 14.
24.
Yep.
35.
Yep. These are all on separate lines.
49.
Nope.
and a 1 and a 10.
Well, that's me back to work tomorrow then, isn't it?
I mean, I would say that, but I'm off. So
one day.
I'm off that Budweiser. No, see you. See you later, guys. Take care, mate.
Terrible,
Well,
Tom.
I mean, yeah. Vicky's just sneezing her head off.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Well, anyway, I think actually to be fair, that's not a bad time to end on.
We've pretty much done it. 9:30. Yeah, exactly. Almost on the button there. With oh, Tom. I think everyone was about to get a bit worried there that we were going to go without saying something. But
oh, it's my birthday on Thursday. Yeah.
Everyone, oh, your present has arrived. And I tell you what, Tom, I got your present from.
Oh, did you?
That you may have heard of.
I may have heard of them. Could you give me a clue?
You may have heard of them. Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, I'll give you a clue. Yeah.
Speaking of which, brother, Andy, where's the load? Come on, where's your contribution, Andy, to the to the cupboard door?
Tom, concentrate.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Keep your brain in order.
Goblin Gaming, go.
Yeah, Goblin Gaming. So below there's a link, Goblin Gaming, and if you use that link below, guys, when you're ordering yourself something nice or ordering Tom's birthday present, for instance, a tiny amount of money go back to Blacktoad Studios and help us run lovely events or get some nice bits for battle reports. It's all exciting stuff, and that's great. Do that, guys, if you can.
Oh, okay. Apparently, I'm being told to look at something in the other Discord. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, okay, Tom.
No, it's from Andy. I'll just. Oh, he's done another order.
Oh, okay, cool.
So be like Kane and do an order on Goblin Gaming. That's what I say.
Yeah. Yours tomorrow, guys.
Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tom, and this has been
Tom!
And we're both from Blacktoad Studios, and we will see you, hopefully, next time. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.